Willie D Live.
What's up, family? According to reports, a young woman is fighting for her life after she was sucked into a boat's propeller that tore off both of her legs. The incident happened during a cruise excursion in the Bahamas. According to the Daily Mail, Hannah Smith, 22, had recently graduated with her arts degree from Miles College, Alabama, and was celebrating down in the Bahamas when the unthinkable happened. According to her family, Hannah fell from the side of a pontoon boat as it was docking and was suddenly swept underneath the water by its propeller, leaving her with catastrophic injuries and partially severed legs. Two female passengers managed to grab her arm and pull her back on board, saving her life. Hannah was immediately rushed to a local hospital before being airlifted to the U.S. for surgery. She remains in critical condition. Her parents shot down claims to those who said alcohol may have played a role in the accident, with some claiming Hannah had jumped into the water. Hannah was not intoxicated, her mom, Tracy Smith, said. She fell from the boat. It's hurtful to say she jumped because she did not. Hannah's father, Marvin, said he had spoke with the doctor who was treating Hannah at Doctors Hospital in Nassau before she was moved to a hospital in the U.S., and everything he told him suggested she was coherent and not inebriated when she was brought in. Hannah booked the luxury Caribbean cruise via the Carnival Sunrise ship. She and a friend were on their way back from an excursion to Pearl Island when she reportedly fell into the water moments after the pontoon ferry arrived on the Nassau cruise port at 3:55 p.m. The captain immediately turned off the engine when he heard screams, someone saying she jumped, and a loud noise coming from the boat's starboard. Let me tell you something, fam, I know about these boats. They ain't nothing to play with. I personally don't like boats because boats be in water. I don't like large bodies of water, especially when you get way out there and, if you jump or if you fall, you're talking about 1,000 feet deep, 5,000 feet deep, or however deep it go. Man. Yeah, miss me with that. But having said that, I have been on a few boats. This is why I don't really like the ride. I don't like it. I don't like it. The first time I went on a big old boat, everything was cool when the boat was docked. But when I woke up and I looked out the window, all I saw was sky and water. I didn't see a tree in sight. Didn't see a tree, a building, nothing. Just water and sky. I don't like that. I don't like that. Last time I was on a boat, a pontoon boat, was when I visited Jay's Island for his birthday. And I didn't like being on that boat. Those boats, they just be doing all of this stuff and that's why they give you that rum. They give you that rum to calm you down so you can forget about it. You can just calm your nerves. But here's the deal. The people in the Caribbean, especially the Bahamas specifically now, they have warned Americans who come there to be careful when they drink the rum because it's stronger than the rum that is served at bars and restaurants and whatever in the U.S. So they warn you to be very careful because I remember getting on that boat and they gave us some rum. And the rum did relax me. It did make me forget. Well, it didn't make me forget, but it relaxed me, right? But I was still very concerned. That's why I put that damn life jacket on. I'm like, I don't like boats, man. But if I had to fall, I was definitely going to survive. Boats, water, fam. Let me tell you something, safety first. I don't want to spook anybody and make people, so spooked that they don't want to enjoy life, because everything that you do, pretty much everything you do, can be done responsibly, right? You can drink responsibly. You can vote responsibly. It's when you don't follow protocol, you don't follow the rules, you don't respect the rules. If that captain tell you to sit down, he's telling you to sit down, not because he wants to control you or boss you around. He's telling you to sit down for your own safety and the safety of others around you. I don't know what happened. The family say she didn't jump, but people who was commenting, the witnesses said she jumped, but nobody saw her jump, I don't think. Nobody said they actually saw her jump. So it could have been a situation where it could have been a knee-jerk reaction and somebody just saw her in the water and just figured she jumped, or saw her falling into the water and it looked like she may have been jumping into the water. And they said, oh, she jumped, But the family is adamant about her having not jumped into the water. I don't see why she would jump into that water, but they said, some people are saying that she was inebriated, she had been drinking alcohol. The family said that's not the case. But here's the deal. If she was drinking alcohol, that's a common thing. That ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Now, I get it if they're saying she didn't drink alcohol because they don't want the liability associated with that. I get that, but drinking alcohol, that's a normal thing, especially for young people who are enjoying themselves on, they're celebrating a milestone. She had just graduated college, big step, she off to the next big thing in life. And then something like this happened. This is a life-altering event. Something that nobody should have to go through. To be so young and active, and beautiful, good-looking girl, to have something this tragic happen to her, that's life-altering. I was reading the comments on some of the posts, because I scour the comments when I'm looking at stories, when I'm reading some of these stories, because I want to see what the post is like. I want to see, where people's minds are. And there was too many people focused on jokes, talking about making movie comparisons and all this type of stuff. I'm like, man, do you understand that people's loved ones are reading this stuff? Do you understand that this is not a joke? See, a lot of people, they think everything funny until it happens to them. Everything is a damn joke to some people. This woman is in a hospital fighting for her life. No matter how this turns out for her life will never be the same. And she'll probably always have some type of pain associated with, that injury or injuries. The family gave an update on her GoFundMe, and they said she's experienced her 6th surgery on Monday. So she is recovering slowly but surely, and that's a good thing. I ain't got no problem with that. Y'all be careful out there, fam. Be careful. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. But be very careful, because 1 second, all it takes is 1 second, 2, 3 seconds, and your life can be changed forever. The authorities reported that this is the second major incident or accident that has taken place in the Bahamas this year. They reported that another young person actually died in an accident, in a boating accident. They are warning the youngsters to be very careful. They're warning people, period, to be very careful when they're taking these excursions, when they're out here on these boats. They're playing around in this water. Be very, very careful. My kids are grown now, but I've been telling them since they were small, and I still tell them, have fun, but safety first. No more talk.